Roman Reigns got a sweet measure of revenge at Bad Blood when he pinned Solo Sikoa in a tag team match. Unfortunately for Reigns, his celebration was short-lived as The Rock returned to send a cryptic message. Last week on SmackDown, the Bloodline used its number game to beat down Reigns and Jimmy. Meanwhile, the final boss return at Bad Blood wasn't discussed in detail. Either way, Reigns' business with the Brahma Bull is far from over. On that note, let's look at 4 ways The Rock can trap Roman Reigns on SmackDown. While Jimmy Uso is a strong support system for the original tribal chief, he is still outnumbered in his feud against the Bloodline. In contrast, the heel faction is firmly under the control of Solo Sikoa, supported by the fiercely loyal Tongan brothers and Jacob Fatu. The final boss has yet to choose a side. However, fans are convinced that he is the mastermind behind the Solo Sikoa-led Bloodline. Considering his power and influence on his family, The Rock can advise Sikoa to expel the OTC from the tribe. They could take things deeper by expelling Reigns' wife and kids from the tribe. This would intensify the OTC's identity crisis. The Rock is a member of TKO's board of directors. This dynamic played into his character as the final boss as he coerced his foes and abused his authority. The Bloodline Rules match was, in storyline, Rocky's brainchild designed to keep the WWE title off Cody Rhodes. Nonetheless, the final boss has great influence backstage, and his authority may supersede that of SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis. Therefore, in an attempt to get under Roman Reigns' skin, The Rock could convince or force Aldis to suspend Reigns. Naturally, WWE would have to find a legitimate storyline reason to do the same. But since the final boss is an influential figure, there could be no need. Cody Rhodes is preoccupied with Gunther. Fierce rivals of the Bloodline, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Jey Uso want nothing to do with Roman Reigns. Therefore, Jimmy Uso is the OTC's only legitimate ally today. The Rock could take extreme measures to remove the new advantage from Reigns' corner. The final boss could orchestrate a brutal backstage assault on Jimmy. Jacob Fatu and Haku's sons could maul the tag team wrestling veteran and put him on the shelf again. With no allies, Reigns would be an easy target for the Bloodline, and The Rock may not have to wrestle the OTC. The previous entries assumed that The Rock wouldn't be participating on SmackDown. However, if the final boss is available on Friday, several intriguing angles could be explored. The Bloodline could again assault Roman Reigns, but The Rock's music could hit, forcing the group to retreat. The final boss has yet to declare his official position on the turmoil within his family, which is why this angle is possible. Unfortunately for Reigns, this could be a ruse. Rocky might immediately betray the OTC, and Solo Sikoa would hand the Ulafala to the final boss, revealing the mastermind. In the world of WWE, few rivalries can stir excitement and anticipation, quite like the potential clash between Roman Reigns and The Rock. The tribal chief has ruled over SmackDown for years now, solidifying himself as one of the most dominant and calculated superstars in WWE history. But standing in his shadow is the one man who has every reason to challenge his claim to the top of the family lineage, The Rock. With rumors of The Rock's return swirling, and given their shared heritage as part of the Inoue family, it feels like only a matter of time before the Great One steps into the ring to test Roman Reigns' mettle. Roman's dominance is unquestionable, but when The Rock sets his sights on something, he doesn't come unprepared. Here are 4 ways The Rock could trap Roman Reigns on WWE SmackDown this week and lay the groundwork for one of the most anticipated feuds in wrestling history. One of The Rock's greatest weapons is his unparalleled ability to control the audience with nothing but a microphone. While Roman Reigns has improved his mic skills immensely during his heel run, The Rock's charisma remains unmatched. Imagine the scene. SmackDown is running its course. Roman is midway through one of his standard promos about being the head of the table, only to be interrupted by the sound of a familiar electric guitar riff. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. The crowd explodes as The Rock makes his way to the ring, not to throw fists, but to deliver one of his legendary promos. By reminding Roman that while he may be the current tribal chief, it was The Rock who set the foundation for their family's dominance in WWE, he could quickly take control of the narrative. Roman might be the top dog today, but The Rock could remind everyone that he's the one who truly opened the door for their family's legacy in wrestling and beyond. By setting the stage with words rather than physicality, The Rock could leave Roman feeling unsettled, trapped in a war of words where he can't resort to his typical dominance. This promo battle would not only give The Rock the upper hand, but also begin the psychological game of making Roman question his place in the family. One of Roman Reigns' defining characteristics in recent years has been his manipulation of family members, particularly the Usos. His cousins, Jey and Jimmy Uso, have long been key players in his reign, helping him secure victories and maintain control over SmackDown. However, cracks in the bloodline have shown in recent months, especially after Jey Uso's split from the group and his move to Raw. This week on SmackDown, The Rock could exploit this weakness by offering Jey an opportunity for redemption, not only in his career, but within their family dynamic. The Rock knows better than anyone the power of family loyalty, but he also knows when to challenge it. Imagine The Rock showing up on SmackDown and having a heart-to-heart with Jey Uso, encouraging him to stand up against Roman and reminding him that no one, not even Roman Reigns, is bigger than the family itself. By aligning himself with Jey, The Rock could plant the seeds for a power duo that threatens Roman's leadership and his hold on the bloodline. With The Rock in Jey's corner, Roman would no longer have the upper hand. Not only would Roman have to face his cousin's rebellion, but he'd also have to deal with the psychological impact of The Rock backing Jey. This familial betrayal could leave Roman scrambling to retain control, especially as the Usos have been critical to his reign. It could pave the way for a devastating trap that leaves Roman vulnerable and isolated.